Okay, what we're going to have a look at here is setting up Phpstorm as a development environment for Jamroom. You can download Phpstorm from their website, which is jetbrains.com/phpstorm/download, and we're going to set up Jamroom with it now. So first thing to do is open up Phpstorm. There it is. And we're going to create a new project file. Open a directory. There's a few ways to do this, but this is the way I like to do it. Phpstorm projects. New folder. Call it JR5C. Give it a name. There it is there. Okay. Open it in this window. There we go. That's it. We've got nothing in there. And this is our server panel. Nothing on our server just yet. We're going to set that up in a second. So we've got no files in our project. Let's go get Jamroom. Jamroom. There we go. Download the core. Save it. Save it to somewhere where you know where it is. There we go. There's mine coming down there now. Downloading. And it's finished. Okay. Extract that to here. Make sure we can see any hidden files. Directory 1's done by my system, it's not part of Jamroom, and we want to put it in that folder that we just created. So for me that's on, back to the start, Phpstorm projects, and what do we call it, JR5C, didn't we? There it is, so we'll copy all of that, or move it. Delete that. Okay, so that brings all of the Jamroom 5 needed files into Phpstorm. There we go there. So we've got that on our local PC right now, and we want to now we want to set up a host somewhere to put it. So let's create that now. There's a setting up a debugging environment tutorial in the documentation on Jamroom.net. Jamroom.net, the Jamroom network documentation, development 129, setting up a debugging environment, and that'll go through setting up how to set up a local server if you want to do that, or otherwise you'd be using the details of that came with your hosting package that you rented from a server company. So I'm using it on my local machine here. You can tell because it's got the address 192.168. It's a local environment, and I want to add a domain there. Add a new one, and we want to call it JR5C. Good. And that would be whatever domain you want to use. And my domains. The one that I just set up, JR5C, in my local environment. You need a MySQL user and database to run Jamroom, so we'll make one here. Should be a really hard to guess password. Oops. But because it's a local machine, it's not open to the world. Anything's going to be fine for here. What do we do there? JR5C. I think I clicked something wrong. Try again. That's better. Domains. There we go. Okay. Now if we go to the address that I just created, gr5c, we will see nothing, because that domain doesn't exist. It doesn't have a presence on the web. So what we have to do there is tell my local machine that we're going to take care of that presence. Don't bother going searching on the web for it, because you won't find it. We're going to make it point to our local machine for that. So what you have to do on Linux is to alter your hosts file like this. It'll probably be different for Linux, for Windows and Mac, but this is how you do it on a Linux machine, and I don't know how to do it on the other ones. Save that. Oh, make sure you can see it. There, save that, and exit. And then now if I go to look at this page, now it's showing me that the local server's up and running, and we're taking care of this this domain here. But we haven't got Jamroom installed in there yet. That'll be the next step. Okay, so back to Phpstorm, tools, deployment, configuration, and we're going to set up that server to connect it to Phpstorm. Add a new one. The server gr5c FTP, go gr5c. Save the password, test the connection, it's going okay. Mappings, use this as default. And that'll do. Okay. Oh, forgot one thing. Deployment, configuration. Mappings. Yeah, no, we did use it as default. Why isn't that working? Okay. No. That's better. There it is. Ah, that's what I didn't do. Deployment, configuration. Didn't tell it where on the server to use. So gr5c, http docs, that's what I want. Okay. Now these are the pages that have been generated by the by EHCP, the control panel that I was just using as a placeholder text. We saw that, but we don't need any of those, so we'll ditch them, go away. And if we go back and have a look at this page here, it'll be gone. F5 to refresh, nothing there. Now we'll upload that one just to make sure we've got it in the right directory. We'll go up a bit more. Robots, upload. Okay, so we've uploaded robots to the server. We hit refresh here again, it's showing it's in the right place, so that's all set up right. If we upload anything from our local environment, it's going to go to the root folder of our server. So now that we've got that done, we can select all of that, right click, and upload it all to the server. And it's doing that now. Okay, once that's finished uploading, will be when we come back to the screen here. Instead of it being this page, it should be an install screen asking us to put in our database information that we created earlier on. So once that's done, and it's done. Okay, so there, refresh. There we go. Got a problem here. Big thing in yellow says the data, cache, config, logs, and media folders aren't writable. Your server might not have this problem. Mine does, because it needs them set to 777. Something with the way it's all set up. So we'll go and have a look. This is an FTP program. F5C, logs, data, all of those, properties, permissions, writable. Okay, hit refresh again. Okay, got rid of that problem. Database name was JR5C is what we called the database. We weren't very good with our usernames, we called that too, and we used a horrible password. Make sure you use a better one than that. Install. And Jamroom's installed. Okay, that's good. Create an account. Let's see, so I've got an admin user on there. And that. Oh. Okay, the first user you create is going to be the admin user. I'm logged in. I've got a red dot there, which means something's got to be set up on the server. In this case, it's changing the FFmpeg tools to executable. But we're not looking at that right now. We're looking at Phpstorm. So let's go back into here. Okay. One really useful tool for development with Phpstorm is to turn on this setting here, automatic upload. And what that does is, if we make any changes to anything, new PHP file, junk. As soon as I create it on my local site, it automatically uploads it to the to the server as well. Cool. Now, and if we go have a look at that there. There it is there. Don't need to do anything else. Back over to here, refresh, and development's just that easy. You don't have to save and upload anymore. The IDE takes care of all of that for you. It's a really useful tool there. Another thing that's really useful in Phpstorm is Git integration. So you can see what we've got down here so far. We've got 4 things down the bottom here, and what I want to do is version control system, enable version control integration, Git, okay. And what that does is it's created a Git repo and added these 2 tabs to the bottom of the IDE, version control and changes. This one you don't really look at very much, but changes you do a lot. Click to browse, right click on that, add to version control system, close, and that puts everything into oh, I don't want that one there. Let's expand that a bit. Unversion file. This one here is the IDE that's specific to Phpstorm. It's not part of your Jamroom project. Don't put that into version control. In fact, go to ignore it. Ignore all files under .idea, because if you put it into version control, it screws with your editor. And hit refresh there. There we go. Now what we're looking at here is all of the files in version control, and to start with, we've got everything. We can delete that now. You probably won't see that, it's just part of my operating system. What we've got here is we've got all of the Jamroom files, and the first thing we want to do is right click that. They're in version control, you can see, because they're green, and we want to add them to version control. This first part takes a little bit of time. Okay, that's coming into version control now. So the first thing you want to do is, it's the top of the list, right click that, add to version control, and just type a comment. First one's usually a net, that's pretty common. Don't need those, and commit. Now what it's doing is it's storing a copy of how Jamroom came when it started, and that clears away your changes panel now. And why this is really useful is we've also got that junk file in there as well. Now if I want to add anything to this file, it automatically comes up under our version control system. Here is a comment. There we go, and commit changes. Add in what you are doing when you change something, adding a comment. Commit. And it's gone away again. We're back to the 0. There it goes. Nice. And again. And as you're coding and creating your modules and changing things, when you make a change that you think is finished and you just commit it to version control, add a comment, and so you can see the iterations, and you can go back and check how it was in the past. Commit. Then if we go onto this that file and go get show history, we can see that we've got the init, another line, and how it was at that point in time. Compare, and you can see how it was previously. If we compare it to how it was in the beginning, it wasn't there. And then compare, and you can see things change. And so that's why it gets really useful integration with Phpstorm. So that's about it, I think. I think we're set up now and ready to go and prepared for development. If I was to add a module right now, I'd add a directory, and then once I'd got the module up and running, then I'd commit it to Git. So that's how to set up a development environment for Phpstorm and Jamroom. Cheers.